Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. It is April 4th, and do you know what the significance of April 4th is? April 4th is the anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King. So it's, in my mind, it's kind of a sad day. I remember when it happened. I've been in many places where he had been throughout my career, and there will be a vigil this evening at 6 p.m. outside Lindley Hall. To discuss where things have gone in the past 50 years. It's been 50 years ago today, which is kind of interesting. April 4th, like I said, a little bit of a weather update for everyone. Today, a lot of clouds and wind out there. It's kind of gusty from time to time, high of 42. Tomorrow, April 5th, mostly sunny, a high of 50, a low of 39, and then into Friday, PM showers, a high of 54 and a low of 30. Saturday, believe it or not, we've got some AM snow showers in store for you. It's the high is going to be 39, a low of 20. Into Sunday, mostly sunny, a high of 43 and a low of 30, and then into Monday, showers. And some snow showers, a high of 49 and a low of 34. So, boy, buckle up. Speaking of the weather, I want to at least get out there for everyone some bike path closures and closure locations, along with the flooding potential that we're seeing here in the city of Athens. So to get this out, we are having a closure of the Hocking-Adena Bikeway just north of West Union. This is the entrance into West State Street Park that we will put the flood wall in place in preparation for a high water event, which we're expecting between today and tomorrow. So that'll be shut down. Another thing that I want to make sure people know is the Columbus Road Bike Path Spur has been closed down as well on both sides of the river where the bridge is. We have closed that down because we are having water flowing over both sides of the Columbus Road Bike Path Spur, on both sides of the bridge, and so that has been closed as well. So keep in mind that we are experiencing a high water event, and it's likely to get higher. The current river level is 19.5 feet. That is just 5 inches shy of the minor flooding level. 18 feet is the action level, so the river is high. It's high. We are, at least at this point in time, we are tracking the potential for the Hocking River cresting sometime around Thursday at about somewhere around 6 a.m. that the river would crest at 21 feet. 21 feet is well into the minor flood range. I don't know if whether you guys were able to load this up or if you've got, yes, you were able to load it up. You guys, I'll tell you what, Scott Thompson and Ryan Schwartzoff are geniuses back there in the control room. What you're looking at is the hydrograph. This is the monitoring station at the end of Stimson Avenue. And you can see the tracking since we started watching this. We had a sharp rise a couple days ago on Tuesday, yesterday. And we're expecting it, if it trends as it has been, continues to trend, as you see, it will be 21 feet somewhere around Thursday morning and then begin to recede again. So at 21 feet, we will see some flooding in various low-lying areas. But at 21 feet is well below what the 2005 crest was, which was 23 plus feet, to where we had flooding at the end of East State Street. So again, keep that in mind. And there's likely to be high water in other locales throughout the county. So if you see standing water or flowing water over a roadway, don't forge through it. You know, be smart, turn around, find an alternate route, turn around, don't drown. So anyway, wanted to update you on that. Other things, there's a couple open houses that are going to be taking place in the city. The first open house will be tomorrow, April 5th, from 3:30 to 6 p.m. This is at the Reserve at the Falls Community Room up at University Estates, 29 University Estate Boulevard. And this is going to be to discuss and see the plans and the details for the Northwest Bike Path Spur as it goes from Armitage Road up to University Estates. So again, tomorrow, 3:30 to 6 p.m., the Reserve at the Falls Community Room, 29 University Estates Boulevard. So come check that out. Another open house that's going to be taking place will be on the 10th. So Tuesday, April 10th, again, 3:30 to 6 p.m. at the University and Conference Center. This is at 331 Richland Avenue. And this one is going to be for the Richland Avenue Bridge Improvement Project, where we're going to have to replace the bridge decking and make some major improvements to the Richland Avenue Bridge, which is pretty much in line with where the Stop and Cop drive-through is on Richland Avenue. So again, that one is 3:30 to 6 p.m. at the OUN on April 10th, which is a Tuesday. East 8th Street construction update. There's a lot of work going on in preparation for putting the sidewalks in on the south side as well as utilities. So just keep that in mind, that there's a lot of clearing and work that's going to be going on down there. And then late May, early June, we'll start to see some of the milling and the resurfacing between Utah Place and Cook Drive. So again, the US 33 East 8th Street project is barreling along and underway. A news release that just came in, planned water and power outage. This is going to be at 101 South Schaefer Street. This is the Graceland Apartments. And 247 West Union Street, College Park Condominiums, beginning at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, April 5th, and it'll be underway until the work is completed. We're hoping that this won't take very long, but just know that there will be planned water outage, and then there will be a power outage because the work that's going to take place is underneath an AEP transformer. So just be prepared. Any questions about this or any other engineering and public works project, please feel free to reach out to 593-7636. Hey, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the city. I mentioned this last week. I'm going to mention it again now. We've got the International Street Fair or Festival that's going to be taking place. This is April 7th, Saturday. From 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's going to be a parade that starts at Baker Center at 11 a.m. and marches up Court Street, South Court Street to Union, and then it'll be taken a right on to East Union. And the stage this year for the International Street Fest will be basically on Howard Hall or Howard Plaza, which is at the corner of Court and East Union Street. But there will be some street, West Union or East Union will be closed down in between Court and University Terrace, but University Terrace will have traffic flowing through it, as will Jeff Hill or East Union going down Jefferson Hill, Jeff Hill. Kid Fest, that's happening too this weekend. April 7th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is in Walter Fieldhouse. So come down and check it out. There'll be a lot of things for kids to be involved in, everything from safety service demonstrations to, I'm sure there'll be animals there. My daughters were handling a snake last year when I took them there. All kinds of interesting things and fun activities for kids to partake in. Sandlot's parade and opening day is also April 7th. That'll be taking place at West State Street Park. The parade of the kids involved will begin at 10 a.m. with lineup at the Morrison Avenue beginning at 9 a.m. So the parade will be working its way down to the ball fields. Athens Beautification Day is coming up April 22nd. We're still looking for volunteers. You can sign up as late as April 16th. To become a volunteer, I'd recommend if you do want to be a volunteer, you go to https://serveathens.wordpress.com, and you can sign up to be a volunteer for Athens beautification. And then finally, Spring Cleanup Week will continue on after the 22nd. It'll be the 23rd through the 27th, where people will be able to put any number of trash bags out at the curb. We'll be coming around and picking them up. Make sure you contact Engineering and Public Works that you do have things to be picked up. Other things that we're doing is that we will have a dumpster down at 387 West State Street. And you'll be able to access that dumpster between 7:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. to where you can drop off disposable items. If you have large things you want to put out, like sofas, lazy boys, mattresses, or anything like that, they can be placed at the curb, but there is a special haul charge associated with those items. So again, I would reach out to Engineering and Public Works and find out what the cost would be on those if you choose to. And again, that's 593-7636. Something new that the code office is doing will be Coffee with Code. This is going to be Monday, April 9th, 5 to 7 p.m. This will be at the front room, fourth floor of Baker Center. So come sit down with the code office and learn all you want to know about code enforcement, the way they engage with you, both good and bad. But it's a good chance to interact with code and really engage with them. What more can I say? Planning Commission, which is typically on Thursdays at noon, that is canceled for tomorrow. So tomorrow, no Planning Commission, so don't bother coming down. I've got a reporter here with me today. Jeremy Hill is here from the Post, and as I understand it, Jeremy, you have one singular question for me.
One question.
So better be a good one.
Yes. So I'm working on a story about Cornwell Jewelers.
Oh.
Right. And it's mostly about just sort of the legacy of the store. It's a very long-standing store. So my question for you is, you look up Court Street today and you see a lot of bars, you see a lot of chain restaurants. How important is it for Athens to be able to retain these sorts of legacy local businesses?
I think it's vital. As I understand it, Cornwell Jewelers is probably the longest-standing, continuously operated businesses on Court Street, and certainly as a jeweler has been longstanding. The Cornwell family has been a cornerstone of the city of Athens for a long time. And to have something like Cornwell Jewelers in operation on Court Street as a jeweler is wonderful in my mind. I think having something like Cornwell's or having another Court Street staple is Keith Chapman Jewelers. We have a whole lot of retail shops. They're pretty much outnumbered by bars, I believe. But we also have a large number of restaurants, and I think they are cornerstones as well. But to have a retail shop like Cornwell's up here, or Keith Chapman's, or the Blue Note clothing store, those kinds of things really lend themselves to the vibrancy of the uptown area and give people options to where they can shop uptown. The bulk of the populace is, well, it's really all throughout the city, but a lot of pedestrian traffic is in the uptown area all the time. And so I think it gives people options to go and do some shopping in the uptown area at places like that. And again, I love the fact that they're here. I often shop and get things for my wife inside that particular place, and they know it. So, yeah, I think it's vital to who we are, especially the heritage behind something like Cornwell Jewelers and a lot of the other areas uptown. Follett's Bookstore, College Bookstore, again, also long-standing and really serve a great niche within our community. Little Professor Bookstore is another one. So I think that they're vitally important to having a vibrant community and local economy.
Perfect. I think that pretty much answers my question. I
Great.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Jeremy, and thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. And Be safe out there. I can't stress that enough. Again, with this high water event that we're tracking, you know, if you see standing water, you know, don't try to forge through it. Turn around, don't drown, and be safe. And it doesn't hurt, too, that if you see high water in other areas that we may not be tracking necessarily, please use City Source and report it out to us so that we're aware. Our vision a lot of times is only as good as yours. So give us a hand, and if you see something and notice something, take a picture, use our app, blast it back out to us so that way we can help you help yourselves. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to have you tune in again next week for the next installment of the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. Have a great weekend.